The Aceh tsunami occurred exactly 13 years ago. The Aceh tsunami, which the largest natural disaster, occurred on December 26, 2004. Tsunami wave swept across the coast of Aceh after a shallow earthquake measuring 9 km that caught the bottom of the Indian Ocean. The earthquake that occurred was even called by experts as the 5 years largest earthquake ever in history. The incident occurred on a Sunday, a day that should be used by the community to rest, gather with family and enjoy the weekend together. But not with Sunday at the time. People actually had to deal with nature which was showing in the strength really strong. The Aceh tsunami was preceded by an earthquake that occurred at 759 WIB. Not long after that, a tsunami wave spread which was estimated to have a height of 30 meters, with a speed of up to 100 meters per second or 360 kilometers per hour.
The big and strong wave not only washed away residents, livestock, destroyed settlements and even an area, but also managed to drag a ship into the middle of the mainland. The ship is a PLTD floating ship which was dragged up to 5 kilometers from the waters to the middle. The Aceh tsunami, the biggest humanitarian disaster the day after the incident. The United Nations declared the Aceh tsunami natural disaster as the largest humanitarian disaster that has ever occurred. Since then, international aid has arrived to help the people affected by the Aceh tsunami, including military aircraft from Germany to aircraft carriers belonging to the United States were brought to the disaster site. After a few days and the search for victims continued to be intensive, the United Nations on January 4, 2005 issued an initial estimate that the death toll from the Aceh tsunami was likely to exceed the number of victims from the tsunami in Aceh is said to have reached 230. That number not only come from Indonesia as the worst affected country, but also from other countries that also experienced this disaster.
The earthquake and tsunami on Sunday morning hit not only Aceh and North Sumatra, but also other countries located in the Bay of Bengal from India, Sri Lanka to Thailand. Meanwhile, in Aceh, the tsunami that hit so hard cut off all electricity networks and communication there, so it's really an emergency. Initially, hundreds of people had been found dead. It was not known how many were lost due to being swept away by waves, crushed by rubble, and so on. The survivors also lost their homes. The numbers were not just hundreds, but hundreds of thousands. They had to live in refugee camps. This disaster immediately became a national disaster and became the main news in the media for several months afterward. The sixth President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono even said 3 days of mourning as a form of sympathy for the Indonesian state and nation in the disaster that struck. Aceh will soon be recovery with a lot of assistance and attention to the areas affected by the Aceh tsunami. But from Indonesia and internationally, Aceh is slowly getting back into order, not only in terms of infrastructure and buildings, but also economically as well as psychologically for the people.
In Aceh, in 2009, a museum was established to commemorate the Israel intention. The museum in the Aceh Tsunami Museum, which is located in Banda Aceh City. The architect of the museum is Ridwan Kamil, while is currently the governor of West Java. Inside the Aceh Tsunami Museum, there are various dramas depicting events, as well as lists of the names of those who were victims. This museum is not only a site to commemorate the victims of the earthquake and tsunami in Aceh December 2004, but also a center for days.
I need somebody who can love me at my worst. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you see my worth. 'Cause it's only you, nobody knew I put you first. And for you, girl, I swear I do